it's Jessica and Benjamin here from Three Rivers Homestead, and today I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about chores. Now, I've done a video before about creating cheerful helpers and how I try to do that around our homestead and to get the children to help us, because when you're a large family and you're homeschooling and you're homesteading, you need the help of your children to get everything done. But something you have to do every now and then is sort of reevaluate who's in charge of what, so that the kids don't get bored with the chores that they have, and so that they feel like the distribution of the chores is fair and equitable. And so as seasons start to change, like right now we're heading into the fall season, and we're done raising meat chickens outside, and we're about to start building fires indoors. That's going to shift kind of the chores that are happening around the homestead. You know, someone now needs to be responsible for bringing wood in and cleaning out the wood stove and doing those kinds of things. So we like to, a couple times a year, as the seasons shift, sit down and evaluate who's going to be responsible for what. And I thought I'd take you along with how we do that today. Also, something to note is that as children grow, you have more capable helpers. My 4-year-old Levi is quite different than he was a year ago, maybe, when we had set some chores. And so he could help ease some of the burden of the older kids, and I'm excited to include him on our chore divvying up process today. He'll feel like such a big boy being given some responsibilities for himself. So let me show you what I've done. This is the last time we assessed chores. This is the list that the kids were responsible for, and I put it on a wipe erase sheet that they can check off, you know, every day as they accomplish everything. But I only included 4 of the kids last year because Levi was younger. So we're going to create a new chart today with all 5. But how we do this is I take all of the chores that I want the children to help me accomplish in a day, and I categorize them as a 1, a 2, or a 3. So a chore that's a 3 is something that's going to require a lot of their time and maybe a lot of energy to do. So some examples I have on my list are doing the dishes. Like, that's a chore that takes quite a bit of time. And maybe changing the kitty litter box doesn't take a lot of time, but it's kind of gross and nobody wants to do it. So, and you know, once a week it needs to be completely changed out, and that takes a little bit more time. Bringing in wood is a lot of heavy physical labor, so that's a lot harder than, say, you know, just grabbing laundry and taking it upstairs. And then examples of maybe 1s might be helping to get the little boys dressed, just feeding the cat, helping to unload the dishwasher. These things don't take much time or effort and can easily be completed. And so what I do is, as we sit down, and it's kind of like a lottery, I'll bring up a chore and be like, okay, who wants to be responsible for sweeping the kitchen after meals? And a kid who likes doing that job might say, okay, I do. And then underneath their name here on my little list, I'll assign them the value, the number value that is. So sweeping the kitchen is a 2, and I'll put the 2 under their name. And then maybe I'll say, okay, who wants to be in charge of changing out the litter box every day? And then that person will get the 3 under their name. And so we start to tally those up, and we want to keep the distribution of those chores as fair as possible, so that the number value underneath each name, you know, is close to equal. And sometimes, you know, our older boys are 13 and almost 12, so they can handle a higher number of chores than, let's say, my son who's 4. And so you'll see that the number levels will be higher the older the child is. But we don't want to end up having one child with, you know, a 20 value system of chores, and then a child that maybe only has 8. That's not quite a fair distribution. So I'll take you along on that process today, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so chores are all tallied up, and they're pretty much fair. I ended up with a 9, Gabe's got an 11, 10, 10, 8, and then Levi we gave an 11 because he wanted the same amount as big brother. He's the helper that helps with everything. But let's see. Okay, so what did you choose?
To wash the laundry, to bring the laundry down, to do the chicken chores, and to do Rose.
Okay, and to do the cow chores, morning and afternoon, right? Okay, what about you, David?
I will sweep the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Do the dogs in the morning and afternoon. I'll start fires and bring in firewood.
Sounds good. Okay. Gracie?
I have to get the little boys ready in the morning. And I
Remember, clean in the front room, I
clean
think.
the front room and do the kitty litter.
Mm-hmm. And watching the baby.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was what you chose. What about you, Elizabeth?
I have to clean out, do the birthday AM and PM,
Mm-hmm.
and then help fold laundry, or hang laundry. I don't remember which one that was. And then do the wood, clean out the ashes.
Clean the wood stove?
Yeah.
Good. And then Levi, what do you help with?
Liz.
You feed the cat?
Yeah.
And you empty the silverware out of the dishwasher?
Yeah.
That's a big help. And you're going to help your brother do the wood?
Yeah.
Do a bunch of things.
So is everybody okay with their new chores and how they're doing? Okay, do you guys think you can help Mom and every day we can get it all done?
Yeah.
All right, and it seems fair enough, right? Nobody feels like they have too much work compared to somebody else? Perfect. Okay. Okay, and there we have it. We've got our new chore system set up probably for most of winter until spring comes and the outdoor work picks up again. We might have to reevaluate and do another lottery, but for now, everybody's getting busy working on the new chores that they chose, and everybody's sort of excited about having new things to do during the day. I feel like doing it this way and changing it up and letting the kids have a little bit of ownership and picking what they're responsible for kind of keeps them motivated and less bored with the work that they're doing. So this works well for us. And as I mentioned before, I'll take their lists and put them on a laminated sheet and have it hung up so that they can cross them off as they go about the day and not forget things that they're responsible for. And it helps me. I can go check the list throughout the day to remind some of the younger ones who might be a little more forgetful about what they're responsible for. So I hope that this is helpful for you and has encouraged you. Maybe you can implement something similar if you're struggling with how to get kids motivated to do the work. When you have a large family and a busy homestead, you need help. And so that's what the kids are here to do, is they're to help to keep the household running smoothly. And so I hope your day is blessed. We're going to get started on the rest of our chores here, and everybody, hope you have a nice day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.